Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books. So I know I promised you a Chinese New Year vlog today, which I will do. I do have a little bit of footage from our school party last night, which was an absolute blast. A lot of performances from the staff, including myself. I was in the band. We sang Puff the Magic Dragon and Country Roads, which you might be wondering what that has to do with Chinese New Year. I was chatting to Joe about this, and it has a lot to do with it. So this year, 2024, is the year of the dragon, so Puff. And Chinese New Year is traditionally the time when people go back to their hometowns to visit their families. So Country Roads, take me home. You know, a lot of people live in the cities and travel back to their little home villages for Chinese New Year. So it was a blast. So I will link that at the end of this, but I was reading through my comments, which I have enjoyed tremendously this month. I know some people are just really annoyed when somebody like posts every day about random junk. And you know what? Those are just not my people. My people are the ones that show up every day and leave comments, whether it just be hearts or, you know, bug emojis or you know, whatever. Hello, I was here. And a lot of like interesting points and questions. So I got some follow-up questions on my Q&A answers to what do things cost in China. And these were basically asking, what is the cost of living in China? Which cost of living is different than what do things cost? So I've been enjoying these conversations. So I'm going to answer that now in my rambly sort of way, and then tack the Chinese New Year party footage on the end. So cost of living in China. So I work at a international school, English language international school in China, and it's one of the top tier schools. So it's somewhat difficult to get a job here. You have to have a high level of education, typically. That's what they're going for anyway. Obviously, sometimes they have to get what they get, and don't pitch a fit. Anyway, I think this is a really good conversation if you are young or you have kids that are, you know, looking into what they want to do with their lives for work. And I know that the job market for professors in university situations is kind of difficult these days. International teaching is a viable option, I feel like. I wish I had done this sooner. I'm having an absolute blast in traveling the world. So anyway, I have a master's degree in ESL, which is English as a second language. And I also have a bachelor's degree in biology, which is important. And then Brent has a doctorate in biology in education. So he teaches AP biology. I was hired as an ELL teacher, but last year I ended up teaching chemistry, middle school chemistry, because we lost a teacher. And this year I'm teaching first grade math and science again because we lost a teacher. So I'm what you might call a pinch hitter, jack of all trades. But it's fun. It keeps me on my toes. It's a lot of work, but you know. So I say that, I don't want to like tell you like my salary, that might be tacky, but if you want to look it up in your state, I'm from Tennessee. I'm not from Tennessee, I'm from Florida, but I taught in Tennessee for 21 years. I have 25 years of accredited experience plus a few random years here and there in other countries. And Brent has like 40 years of experience in education. So, look up those tables, they're available, and, you'll figure it out. So when I took the job and was comparing the salary ranges, this one was very similar to what I was getting back home. It's hard to tell, sorry, I have an itch. It's hard to tell exactly because here they give you a baseline salary and then there are tons of benefits. So, healthcare, obviously, but little monies here and there, like if you don't miss any school, you get $1,000 bonus at the end of the year. They give you a $2,000 travel stipend. They give you a move-in stipend. They give you a bonus for completing your contract, which is sizable. I can eat on campus. They serve food Sunday for dinner, and then 3 meals a day through the week, ending with lunch on Friday when the kids leave. I work at a boarding school. So, if you eat at school every day, you don't have to pay to feed yourself. What else? Oh, housing. They do give us a housing allowance. So that's something concrete I can tell you. Now, I live in a tourist community, beach community. So our rental rates are higher than usual. You can get apartments in this little area for 4,000 RMB, up to, like, ours is 6,600, with 2 people. And coincidentally, that is the housing stipend. So you can see that, the realtors know what the school staff gets paid. So the exchange rate is 7.25 more or less if you want to do the math. So RMB is the Chinese currency. The rental rate is 4,000 to about 6,600 RMB. And then the exchange rate is 7.25. So divide that. If we went across the road, the highway, to the next little village over, the houses would be a lot cheaper. But anyway, we have to use our stipend, use it or lose it. So we're using it. Also, like I said, my job is super busy. And I don't have time to be living anywhere and traveling to work. I don't need to waste that time. Also, that's another economic benefit. So let me talk about transportation. We don't own cars. Most teachers own scooters or golf carts. But Brent and I just don't even bother with that. He really likes to ride his bike. I purchased a really nice bicycle when I got here, and I use it like twice a month. I like to walk, and I don't go many places that I can't walk to. We bike to the next little area a couple times a month. I should do more, but anyway. So we don't have any overhead about owning vehicles. Now, Didis are readily available. Didi is the Chinese version of Uber or Lyft. I don't actually have the Didi app myself. I get my friend to do it for me. So I'm not 100% sure about how much that costs, but it's pretty cheap. To give you an idea, if you want to rent a golf cart, it's about 20 RMB a person, which is about $3. And the Didi is cheaper than that for everybody. So less than $3 for the Didi is what I'm saying. We can also, now that's locally, like just 10 minutes down the road, 5 minutes. To get to the big city, which is Shenzhen. So I live about 2 hours from Hong Kong. Shenzhen is the closest big city to me, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes. Our school provides transportation on the weekend, 1 day a week, so we can ride that for free. The community has nice coach buses that travel, and it's 40 RMB one way. So what's that, about $6-ish? But if you live in the community, it's only 20, so it's $3 to ride to the big city, an hour and a half. That's pretty cheap. You can also rent a car. Like, we have a driver that we use a lot, that we've become friends with, and that is, like an hour and a half trip, let's say, is about 350 RMB. So what's that, like $70? No, $50. Sorry. So we do that sometimes as well. So yeah, and again, we don't do that very often. So you can get where you want to without owning a vehicle at all. And if you do own a vehicle, it's usually a secondhand scooter or golf cart. So yeah, so that's food. And again, restaurants, there's a whole range of restaurants. Like, you can go, there's street food, like little food trucks that are just delightful and super cheap. Like a sausage on a stick is 8 RMB, so $1. A plate meal is usually, like, let's say 40, so $5, $6, something like. And then, there are more expensive meals as well. What else can we talk about as far as cost of living, transportation? One drawback is healthcare. So, we do have, the school pays for international healthcare. So we have really good insurance. However, you have to travel to Shenzhen to get it. There's not like hospitals close by. I think there's one that's like 30 or 40 minutes away. But, for doctor's appointments, you need to travel to the city. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know if you have any more specific questions. I did want to say that, so this is a top tier international school. And you can see that even though I'm not making much more than I did in the States, I'm not spending much of it. So I'm able to pay for my son's college education, which is just a godsend, with the money I'm making, and still have plenty left over to go traveling with him. We went to Italy for Christmas, and I never could have done that on my teacher's salary. I mean, I could have, but I would have really had to, and to do that and pay for his college education and not, be stressed about money. No. So yeah, even though I'm probably making a little more, but I'm not spending hardly anything. So anyway, let me know if you have other questions, and here comes the Chinese New Year footage. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Oh, this Happy New Year. That looks nice. Sorry. I distracted myself. One more thing. What I was saying was, I work at a top tier international school, but there are many varying levels of international school. And what I mean by that is how much people pay to send their children there. So our school, parents pay like 30,000 USD for the year. No joke. So they're expecting a lot, right, from the faculty for that amount of money. But there are varying levels of schools and how much parents pay for their kids to go there. So there are a lot of schools that you could still make decent money and live well, and get your foot in the door. Like once you have to pay for your own visa. Oh my God, there's a bird. Freaking cute. Sorry, it was just right there in front of me. I couldn't help myself. What was I saying? Yeah, so for a lot of these, like for my school, they paid for my visa. But some of these other schools, you might have to pay to get your own visa. But it's great experience. And once you get into China and work for a couple years, you can get your foot in the door and get experience. And that's another thing that these top tier schools look for is international experience. So it's like any other job. You have to have the education and the experience that they're looking for whatever particular job it is. But so there are places where you can, get your foot in the door, get that experience, and kind of build yourself up. There are also public schools in China that accept they're looking for foreign teachers. There's a woman I follow on Instagram, Elise Lightyear. I'll link her Instagram account below, but she's a drama teacher in a public school here in China. So that's really cool. And also you can teach English as a foreign language at a lot of institutions and get your foot in the door that way. So like Sean the Book Maniac did that in Japan for quite a while. The school system that I work for is called BASIS, BASIS, International Schools. They're mostly in China. There's one in Thailand and a few other places. There's another school system called Concordia, CONCORDIA. And I think that there are international school fairs in the States. You might want to look that up if you're interested, where you can go and interview and learn about different schools in different places. So yeah, if you're interested, it's like really interesting and interesting lifestyle. I'm enjoying myself tremendously. Okay, now the Chinese New Year stuff. I just distract myself so easily. Anyway, bye. Thanks.
Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout, perched on Trust's gigantic fan. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land